All right, 1.6, Day 2, Composition of Functions. In the last lesson, we saw combinations. This is multiplication. And today we'll see something that maybe looks similar, but it's just a circle instead of a dot. And this means f of g of x. And that's just two different ways of writing it. So f of g of x, we'll do this one first. F of g of x. So this means we're going to put g inside of f. So a safe way to do this is to copy f, but we'll leave a space for the x. And then in the space we'll put g, whatever g equals, and that'll be negative 5x plus 6. And then we have to expand. And when we multiply this, we don't just square that and square that. We would do FOIL, so it would look like this. And we have to do multiply that, multiply all of that. So we're going to get 25x squared. This will be negative 30, and then another negative 30, so that's negative 60. And we'll distribute. And distribute. All right, and you try this one. Pause, and you do this one. We're going to g of f, so we have to copy what g is, leave a space, and then in the space we put what f is, so we have to put all of that in the open space. Alright, and you try this one. Go ahead and pause, try this one, and then we'll check the work. This, we have to copy f and leave a space for x. Copying f. And now we just put a 2 into that space. See, there's a mistake there. So I'm going to start over. F of g of 2. We have to copy f. We have to put g inside. G is negative 5x plus 6, negative 5x plus 6, negative 5x plus 6. So that's what I forgot to do on the other one. I didn't put g in, I just put a 2 in. And now we put a 2 into that space. Negative 10 plus 6, negative 4. Negative 10 plus 6, negative 4. All right. Next question, find functions. So we want to just identify, if we say g is an inside function, f is an outside function, now we need to just identify what could be inside and what is outside in h. So there's more than one right answer. Here's one of them. If we see this radical as the outside and then 4x plus 2 as the inside, we could identify this as the outside, and that'll be f of x, and then whatever goes inside is g of x, and then we just have to write out what f of x is. F of x equals radical something plus 7, radical something plus 7, and then g of x is whatever was inside, which was 4x plus 2. Okay, you try another one, and this is h of x is okay, pause, try doing the same thing with that one, and maybe you'll get a different answer, but it still could be right. We can identify an outside, which could be the radical, and then something is inside. So the outside is f of x equals radical x, and the inside is g of x equals, that's one way to do it. You could also say that g of x is either 5 minus x or g of x is x plus 2. Those would also be correct. And here's another one. Okay, pause and try doing that one. This one's a little harder. Alright, so if we try to say the inside is 2x plus 6, then we need to see a 2x plus 6 right here. So maybe that plus 6 is hard to create here, but we could make this turn into a 2x. So that was a problem, and we can then try this. So if the 2x is going to be the inside, all we have to do is make a 2x appear in that lower part, and we do that just by multiplying numerator and denominator by 2, and now we get the 2x. So, and now let's just identify what the inside is, and then we can just copy the rest for the outside. Inside is g of x, and then the outside is whatever's left. So we copy everything and then just replace the 2x with an x. So this is, used to be a 2x, now it's just an x because we took that out, plus 6 plus 12 over x. Okay, pause and try that one on your own. So here we have the same problem. We have a negative 7x. They would have to be the same. If this was the inside, then this would have to be a negative 7x. So one thing we can do is just make a negative 7x appear out here. we can do that by multiplying by if we multiply 9 over negative 7 times negative 7x, this still is 9x because the negative 7 cancels. We multiply this by negative 7 over negative 7, so we're multiplying by 1. It's still 9x, but then if we rearrange it, we would have negative 7x and then 9 over negative 7. So now we see the negative 7x by itself, and then we can identify that as the inside, and that's going to be g of x equals negative 7x. Everything else outside of the parentheses is f of x. So that's going to be radical what used to be negative 7x, and then we'll have negative 9 over 7 times x. Alright, same thing with this one. They're getting a little harder. Just everywhere that there's an x, you have to make it, that has to be something with g of x in it. So let's try to make 5x appear, and we can have 5x be the inside. There's other ways you could do a 3x. Here we're just going to make all the x's turn into a 5x, and then 5x can be the g of x. So we want this to be this has to be a 25x, so I'm going to multiply by 25 x squared minus 4 and 25 in the denominator. If we multiply the top by 25, multiply the bottom by 25. This, we want there to be a 5 here, so I'm going to multiply numerator and denominator by 5. Then we'll have 25x squared minus 100 over here, 15x minus 25 and 25x. So let's make this turn into a 5x squared minus 100. This would be 5 times 5x, and here 3, 5x minus 25, 5 times 5x. So we made a 5x appear everywhere, and that means that that's the inside, and then we can just say that g of x is 5x, f of x is everything else. So everywhere that you see a 5x, it just turns into an x. All right, and then we have problems like this. And so here, let's just write out what f is and leave space, leave a space for the x. So if we just think about what f is, it's something squared minus 2, something squared minus 2. We're going to put a lot inside of there, and then we're going to do f of g, f of g. So in this space, we're going to put g, and that's 5 times something plus 12, and then f of g of h. 5 times something plus 12 squared, and in there we're going to put h, and I'm just going to leave it like that. We're not going to expand it. All right, you try that one. Pause, do that one, and then check your work. So f of g, this is, oops, forgot to do that, minus 4 times something plus 1. So it's x squared minus 4x plus 1, x squared minus 4x plus 1, f of g, and then we're going to do f of g of h. And we'll put h in there. Okay, and from there it could be expanded, but we'll just leave it like that. Alright, and that is the end of this lesson.